So while I was using a flagship phone, it literally hit me, damn, 2022 flagships are so good. So which is the most affordable phone with Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1? Flagship Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. Well, iQOO 9T and the OnePlus 10T 5G, and this comparison is really interesting. Because see here, on paper, both these phones are exactly the same. But are they exactly the same? Well, no, and that's why you have this video. By the end of this video, you will have a crystal clear idea if you have 50,000 rupees, which phone to buy. Now, straight up, the good thing is both have a big box. So you get all case, charger, scratch guard, everything inside the box. Now, OnePlus has this green case with green color device, and you get a black case with black color device. A nice touch. But one interesting thing is iQOO 9T has a 120 watt charger and the OnePlus 10T has a 160 watt charger. Now the phone supports only 150 watt charging, but the adapter is 160 watt. The number is 169 though. But here's the thing which not enough people talk about. See here, both the chargers easily weigh like 210-220 grams, which is more than the weight of the phone itself. But if you're traveling, you have to carry these chargers in your bag. But people also carry their laptop, which again has a charger. So I always look if these chargers can charge my laptop. Do they have PD charging? Well, fun thing, see here, OnePlus 160 watt charger can charge my laptop at a slower speed, like 40 watt, but iQOO's 120 watt charger can charge my laptop at proper 62-63 watt. So when you travel, you can have this one fast charger for all your devices. If you want to know more about fast charging and all, here's a good video. But overall, I'm happy to see PD chargers and everything in the box. So 1 point each for iQOO 9T and the OnePlus 10T. Now, once you remove the phone from the box and look at them, I mean, design is subjective and I am no expert, but look at it. I'll pick the iQOO 9T looks any day. Personal preference. Rest, a small detail is iQOO 9T has a metal frame and you get an IR blaster at the top, so you can control the AC at your place, turn it on, turn it off, or even at other people's place, but don't tell them. They have started adding IR blasters this year in all their phones. It is useful. And the OnePlus 10T has a plastic frame and you have no alert slider. Like, I've seen cost cutting in phones, but this is just sad. Like, I can understand removing alert slider from cheaper Nord series, but OnePlus 10T costs 50,000. Anyways, if it's your first OnePlus phone, you won't miss it that much. And while using the phone in real life, I felt the iQOO 9T is a bit wide but thinner. And like, see here, if you put them on a desk, iQOO 9T has less wobble, whereas OnePlus 10T does wobble more. But if you use a case, none of this matters. Both have the same weight, 206-207 grams. I would still give the point to iQOO for more premium build and metal frame. Display is where both the phones have a same 6.7 inch, 6.78 inch display. Both have 120Hz screen, but OnePlus 10T has a 10-bit display. But a major part is iQOO 9T has an E5 AMOLED display, whereas OnePlus 10T has an E4 AMOLED display. Now I'll show the practical difference of the display at the end of the video, and it's amazing. Now iQOO 9T has Scotch Sensation Alpha, which is most premium glass from Scotch Sensation. Nothing on the back. OnePlus 10T has Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back. Both have Widevine L1 HDR on Netflix. In outdoor sunlights, iQOO 9T seemed a bit brighter, but almost same. Now both the phones have stereo speaker. The OnePlus 10T sounds a bit loud, but same. So point goes to both OnePlus and iQOO. The performance is where things are a bit confusing. Both phones have Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 and same RAM type, same 128GB UFS 3.1 storage, but instead of doing benchmarks and all, you use phone in real life. So we'll quickly open 5 different heavy and medium apps, and 2 things that I noticed. Number 1, whenever you open a game like Apex Legends, you can see here, it opens faster on the iQOO 9T. And this is not just one time, we tried it multiple times. And second, the camera app goes out of memory on both the phones, while all the other apps are in memory, so that is kind of same. Now both phones are performance phones, so you would want to know how good they are at gaming. So me and Sayan will play Apex Legends on them. So Sayan is using the OnePlus 10T and I'll be using the iQOO 9T, and we'll both play at maximum settings, Extreme HD 60 FPS. Dude, like I got so many people to kill. There is one more guy who is injured and I'll kill him. Very good. Dude, it's like I'm getting freebies. So we just completed like 15 minutes and Sayan experienced some frame drops here and there, but mine is going pretty good and I actually killed a lot of people. I killed like 11 deaths. We also played a bit heavy games like Genshin Impact, and the iQOO 90 was slightly better, so the OnePlus 10T can be optimized a little bit in gaming. Now the thing is, if you're a casual person who just plays for half an hour, both phones perform the same. But if you're a heavy user and multitask game like really good, iQOO 90 has slightly better performance. And this is what even benchmarks show, but benchmarks are benchmarks. You don't buy phones to run benchmarks. So I'll give this point to iQOO 90 since this is a comparison. Now camera is another interesting part. See, OnePlus 10T has a 50 megapixel main camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide and 2 megapixel macro camera. Now it has the same camera as Note 2T, which cost 20,000 less than this phone. On the other hand, iQOO 90 has same 50 megapixel main camera, and I used both the phones for a long time and I found the iQOO 90 to be more consistent. Like, I wouldn't take much time, both phones take good looking photos, but if you look at these OnePlus 10 photos, they have kind of a reddish tint, and even sometimes the color of the photos change when you switch to portrait mode from normal mode. Rest details are the same. iQOO 90 has a bit of a boosted look. It looks good if you upload to Instagram directly, but photos are more consistent on iQOO 90. Even the 13 megapixel ultra wide angle is better on iQOO 90 than OnePlus's 8 megapixel ultra wide. Like, if you just zoom into any random photo, you see it has more detail and clarity. iQOO 90 also has a 2x 12 megapixel portrait lens, which takes good photos in good daylight conditions. It's a nice, good added camera on a 50,000 phone. So is the macro camera, good details. Now both phones can shoot at 4K 60 FPS. I found the stabilization to be the same, but comparatively iQOO 90 had more natural skin tone. And in selfies again, iQOO 90 takes more natural skin tones. The OnePlus 10T had a yellowish tint. Now both the phones have a 16 megapixel front selfie camera and they can record only up to 1080p 30 FPS. I mean, it's 2022, we should have 4K on the front camera. Now you can have an idea of the mic quality. Now OnePlus should have added a better ultra wide angle camera, and straight up the camera point goes to iQOO 90. Now software is where you will make decisions. OnePlus 10T comes with Android 12 based on Oxygen OS 12.1. Now we'll not get to the debate. Oxygen OS is basically Color OS, but it is still bloat free, no ads. And in daily usage, I noticed OnePlus 10T has this O haptics option. And listen to this. Like in real life, when you type, go to apps, the vibration or haptic on the OnePlus 10T is really good. On the other hand, iQOO 90 has Android 12 based on FunTouch OS 12. Like FunTouch OS 12 has improved quite a lot from before. Like you get updates timely. Both phones promise 3 years of Android updates and 4 years of security updates. They're also making FunTouch OS closer to Android. Like the overall Android 12 coloring scheme was better implemented. So they have improved, but more work has to be done. You get a bit of bloatware which can be easily uninstalled, like Byju's, uninstalled. There are no ads though. So overall, OnePlus 10T has better software even after all the controversy of Oppo, ColorOS and all of that. So the point goes to OnePlus. Now here's what I was talking about before in iQOO 90's display. iQOO 90 has a 4700 mAh battery. OnePlus 10T has a 4800 mAh battery. Now you'll be like, Pratik, OnePlus 10T has a bigger battery, that's better. Well, that is the difference between specs and real life use. iQOO 90 has an E5 AMOLED display which consumes 25% less battery. So on a casual day with only calls, WhatsApp, I ended up with 45 to 46% battery at night, easily 1.5 days. On a heavy day, it will easily last 1 day. On the other hand, OnePlus 10T lasts only 1 day. You get about 5 hours of screen on time. But that battery life is compensated by faster charging. You get 150 watt fast charging on OnePlus 10T, which is the fastest in any smartphone. But surprisingly, both phones take 19-20 minutes to go 100%. Rest, you get all the important sensor. Both the OnePlus 10T and iQOO 90 have NFC. So if you use credit or debit card in GPay, you can use these phones to pay. And funny thing, iQOO 90 has an IP52 rating, but OnePlus 10T in US has IP54 rating. But in India, there is no IP rating. So you take the same money and get less features. Anyway, IP52 means you can only splash water or use it in the rain. So iQOO 90 has slightly better battery life and OnePlus 10T has faster 150 watt charging, so 1.2 each. Now the conclusion is pretty clear. Both iQOO 90 and OnePlus 10T are available at 49,999. You get a 4,000 ICICI discount on iQOO 90. Use it if you have it, and you get a 3,000 SBI discount on OnePlus 10T. Both have card discounts. So the answer is, if you want a performance phone with good camera, iQOO 90 is a better option. But if you want a OnePlus phone with performance and better software experience, OnePlus 10T is the option at this price range. But I would say the route OnePlus has taken now, iQOO these days are making better phones than the ones from OnePlus. If only the software or even you get the ability to install custom ROMs, it would have been straight up recommended. This is Pradeep signing off. See you in the next video.